Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus one more time. I want to make you angry, so I want to tell you some truths. The truths that you have been denied. And it begins like this. America and its people, and I'm speaking about its people whenever I say America like this, are the most useless, heartless individuals on the face of the earth today. They are about nothing good. It's all about self. Let me ask the white people, has there ever been a white person that you know of that has advocated for peace and prosperity and joy and freedom for every human being in America? Oh, I'm not talking about these politicians. That's just a euphemism. They don't mean a darn thing that they say. But has there ever been anyone that you could believe in? Not one single white person. Have there ever been a black person in America that advocated the same kinds of things of peace and prosperity that you could believe in? I'm not talking about Barack Obama. But yes, there have been at least one American, one black American. His name was Dr. Martin Luther King. And the nation was so upset with this man talking about peace and justice for everybody till they wiped him out. They killed him. And the rest of the people took a seat and said, oh well, yeah, glad it was him and not me. That was a white man. And I'm not talking about those guys you call founding fathers. Man, they participated in taking people's land. They participated in using people as slaves. They participated in telling their wives to be quiet. So we're definitely not talking about them. But there was at least one white man who, I don't want to give him super moral credit, but he had the decency to speak to the American people about the troubles that they were facing. He told them about the evils that range in the hearts of men that sit behind closed doors that you never see, who make decisions about you, all of you, and hand them down to people that they have paid and hired to put in public office. And he told you in such a way it made them shoot his head off. What? Shot his head off. And his brother, they were so afraid of him, they decided not to give him a chance. They took him out too. So it seems as if everybody who had some balls to stand up for the people of America, that everyone who had some balls to stand up for what's right was killed. They say no righteousness here. Nobody, no goodness here, no fair play here, no justice here. America ain't having that. Now, you know that's the truth. And yet, God still looks down at America as God has looked down on people all over the earth. And Americans are still sitting, waiting for that moment when out of the clouds some great big white horse is going to come descending down with the blue-eyed, long-haired individual sitting on that horse, coming down here to beat everybody else's butt, ass, put it that way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, but, except yours. Now, what does that mean? That means he's going to kick everybody except you. Now, who is you? You is all of you, because you're pointing your finger at everybody else as being wrong, and the only one that's right is you. So he's coming to your rescue. I guess that's why he hasn't descended yet, because there's no you to come for. Think about what happened in Venezuela. They were brought to a low point, and having been brought there, they decided to stand up. They stood up. Thinking about in Hong Kong, they are being brought to a low point, and they stood up. They're standing up. Well, we don't really know what's going on in Russia. We don't really know what's going on in Korea. We've received some information that's saying that the people are really being screwed. But we don't know that because we're so busy being screwed ourselves. And the thing that's so sickening here in America is they talk about Christianity, the superior religion, the superior truth, the superior God. And it has to be the worst thing. Out of all the religions on the face of the earth, it has got to be the worst thing. Now, I don't know too much about what other religions advocate. I've read them, but not well enough to be able to speak on them right here at this moment in time. But I do know what Christianity speaks on. I know it speaks about love. I know it speaks about the highest love that one can ever gain. And it comes from the Creator, they say. And each of us are called on to express that same kind of love. And we go to church so many times a week, so many number of us on Sundays, advocating, talking about the love of God. You got to be sick. You got to be stoned out of your stinking mind. Every last one of you going to church talking about how much you love God, you're just doing what the devil has allowed you to do. I know you don't like to hear that. Many of you are preachers. Some of you have subscribed to this page, and I know hearing this message you're going to unsubscribe. And that's okay. I don't even want you subscribing to this stuff with your ignorant self. With your ignorant self. And I have been given authority to stand here and call you stupid and ignorant and ungodly. And how have I been given that authority? I was formed and shaped and molded and qualified. I was taught in the wilderness about love. I was taught in the wilderness about truth. I was taught in reality about God's existence, not for fabrication. It is real as I am standing here before you on this video. I was taught about love. I was told that you were a hypocrite. I was sent around this earth, around America, to see you as you really are. And having been done that, I was sent around here to run for public office as President of the United States for 3 times, and I ran on the basic principles of justice. I ran on the basic principles of love and respect and freedom and peace and prosperity and joy in your life and the fulfillment of your dreams. And not one Christian, not one church backed it up. Some people say, well, maybe it was you. Maybe it was me. Maybe you were stupid enough to blame me why you miss heaven. You go to church every Sunday, listen to preachers giving them money to pay bills to the state so you can keep that building open and your heart closed, and you don't know a darn thing about God's truth. Yeah, I go to church and I testify. I look at you. I listen to you testify. And I be wanting to say you mean well. But you are as blind as a bat. You are as blind as a stinking bat, a dead bat. You know nothing about God. And going to your church and going and listen to your preachers, whether you're my brothers, my sisters, and my mothers, and my fathers, you are blind as a stinking dead bat. Killing Dr. King. Killing Malcolm X. Killing the Kennedy brothers. Killing Jesus. And putting Trump in office. And everybody got him a platform and a microphone talking about him, how ignorant he is, how stupid he is, how he is a misfit to be President of the United States. Yeah, you're talking about him. And I guarantee you, if he brings out the military to impose that military on you tomorrow, the same way they're threatening on doing it in Hong Kong, you'd be just as vulnerable as the people were in Germany, as the people were in Italy, as the people are in Russia, as the people are in North Korea. You are just as dumb, you are just as ignorant, you're just as stupid as any human beings ever on the face of the earth. The only difference is right now you got a chance to do something about it. But you're not trying to do anything about it, you're just running your mouth. These people with microphones on social media, they are allowed to be there to keep you laughing, to keep you thinking that something is happening. Ain't nothing happening in on those microphones. Those guys are not doing anything but talking. It is not moving any of you to do something. You're just standing out there. And you got a few people, a whole bunch of people, should I say, saying they want to be president of the United States. They got nothing to offer. Every last one of them talking about health care for everybody. Everybody talks about free education. Everybody talks about jobs. Everybody talks about housing and food and clothing. Everybody talking about it. And not one doggone stinking one of them have a proposal that will allow this to be manifest. Not a single one of them. But you're reaching out to them. You don't care if they got it or not. All you want them to do is to be able to beat this evil monkey in the office now called Donald Trump. That's all you want. And God is setting all around you. God is in the earth. God is in the water, even though they're trying to contaminate it. God is in the air. God is in the clouds. God is in the trees and the grass. God is in your flesh. And you're walking around like you are nothing. You are walking around like stray dogs, looking for somebody to take care of you. And it got to be descending from the clouds. And it got to have blue eyes. It got to have white hair. Or are you going to shoot him down when he gets here? And all the same time, he's right here in your midst. He was serving time in the Philippines for standing up for righteousness and your joy. He was in prison in Japan standing up for your righteousness and your joy. He was in prison here in the state of Minnesota standing up for your righteousness and your joy. He's been in jail several times breaking the laws of the devil, standing up for God and your rights. And you laugh at him. Yeah, America and its people, the most evil, egregious people on the face of the earth today. And the evidence of it is that Donald Trump is still president of the United States. That the church people who resisted the message of God's love through those that he has sent and joined in with this evil pack in the White House, fundamentalist Christians, evangelical Christians, white Christians, white preachers, everything. Everything. Is it because you had to kill and destroy and take everything that you say you control? Is that why you're joining with that? Because your faith is in your ability to kill? Your faith is in your ability to destroy? And no faith whatsoever in love? No faith whatsoever in gentleness? No faith whatsoever in justice? Is this why you joined Trump? Is it because you are infested with the evil spirit of Satan yourselves? Is this why you turn your back on truth? Is this why you turn your back on peace? Is this why you turn your back on prosperity and joy and freedom for all? Is it because you are of the devil? Even though you might be, God still loves you. And I'm standing here screaming with you right now, pissed off like a monkey at your stupid ass. Yes, I'm pissed off at you. Because you're lying. You're lying to your children. You're lying to your grandchildren. You're just a liar, liar, liar. Standing up, giving support in your actions to all of the evil. This stuff you're talking about don't mean nothing. What you trying to do? Fire somebody else up to go out there and if they represent you, then you give them support? Every 99% of the people in America has said that this nation works against their particular interests. But can they come together and empower one another by saying we're going to change the system and not only make it work for you, but it's going to work for everybody? Can they say that? No, why? Because they're stupid. Because they're ignorant. Because they're selfish. And they've been trained by Satan. That's why you can't do it. Trained by Satan. trained by Satan. I think this is what I'll call this video. I picked up the microphone, started talking without a subject. I just want to make some points. And now I think I'll call this Trained by Satan. And he has done a very, very good job. Because you, the American people, acting just like the devil yourselves. Now, if you got a little bit of moral fortitude, and you want to come back and listen to some more of Eddie Marcus Speaks, I don't speak like this to you every time I talk. Sometimes I try to treat you like you got some sense. Sometimes I try to treat you like you got some decency. Sometimes I try to treat you like I would want you to speak to me. But I'd be damned if I have a heart attack. I'd be damned if I die and have not shared the truth with you. I'd be damned if this happens to me. And if I go tonight, I want the world to know. I want America, every last one of you to know that there's not a Christian amongst you. There's not a child, a love of God amongst you, judged on your actions. Judged on your actions. Now, I know there are those amongst you who say that there are tens of thousands of righteous people in America. I ask you, where are they? I ask you better, are you one of them? And if you're not, why not? And if that's your justification, what makes you think others are? That's enough, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't got no more time to waste on you.